Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the Virgo eclipse that's happening on March 13th or 14th, depending on where you are in the world. You have this spend time in nature. It says, let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. You also have this let love guide you. It says, choose to see the good in the world today, which I think both of those things would be great for you to do here, Sagittarius. But let's see where this is going. You start with the King of Swords. I'll show you in a second. The King of Swords is a card of like knowledge and wisdom and having learned a lot in the world. And but you know, really, he turns his knowledge, like the things that he knows, into wisdom by taking action on the things that he has learned. So it could be a great time for you to do that. I actually feel pretty good about the King of Swords coming up in your reading as well. He has great discernment. He's great at like decision making and making choices. He kind of like, I wouldn't say he trusts his gut. Like that's not necessarily part of it, but it kind of is. And he has. Again, we don't really look at the King of Swords as a card of having a sixth sense. He bases things off of knowledge and wisdom, logic. It's not necessarily intuition, right? But I am getting something here about you kind of like trusting your gut more. Maybe you're mixing the two things together, which is also a good idea. Like, I'm a big fan. I always tell people, like, life isn't black and white. We don't have to just be intuitive. We can also be logical. We can mix the two together, which is usually better. So, I'm a big fan. They say two heads are better than one, right? So logic and intuition, mixing the two together is a good thing. And I kind of feel you are making very good choices at this time. That's really what that card is saying. Your crossing energy is the Ace of Wands. One thing I will say is that this is a crossing energy during a lunar eclipse is just lunar eclipse energy, right? Lunar eclipse energy is out with the old, in with the new. The Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. Lunar eclipses kind of remove things from our life to make space for something better. And, this castle in the background on the Ace of Wands is crumbling. The Ace of Wands is meant to represent a passionate new beginning. Now, having it as a crossing energy can say that you're having a hard time letting go of something from the past. Usually during lunar eclipses, we don't want to let go of what we have to let go of. That is the challenge of a lunar eclipse. So, like I said, pretty much everyone has had a message like this in these eclipse readings, and it's just very much eclipse energy. The only thing I can say is that what people need to realize is, again, the new beginning, the new thing is going to be so much better that it's worth it. So again, don't be afraid of like something new. In the area of your thoughts, you have the Empress. Again, I feel pretty good about this. This is the area of the reading of what's on your mind or your thoughts. And the Empress is like kind of abundant thoughts. The Empress would say that you are thinking abundantly. You could be thinking about how to make things easier in your life as well, which would be an excellent thing for you to do. I think we are definitely in a time where we should all be trying to be as efficient as possible. I've been saying for a long time that efficiency is kind of like the key word for 2025. Anywhere in your life where things are slow or not moving forward, can you change it? Can you make it better? Can you learn how to make it better? Or can you get rid of it, right? Like any responsibility or anything that slows you down. It could be a person, place, a thing, an experience. The list goes on and on there. But the Empress, she really tries to be efficient. All she has to do is wave that scepter in front of her, and it grows the wheat in front of her, and so she creates abundance easily. It doesn't mean your life is going to be perfect or life is going to be easy. It just says, how can you make it easier, right? And that is definitely what I would focus on with the Empress. In the area of your foundation, you have the Four of Swords. Again, another really good card for this placement. We have heavy energies going on right now. We're going to have 2 retrogrades this month, Venus and Mercury, 2 eclipses as well. If you need a break, take a break. I woke up at 7:17 this morning, right? I normally wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day. But for whatever reason, I woke up super late today, but I just needed the sleep, right? So I think it's a great time to listen to your body. If you need extra sleep, extra rest, take the rest, get the rest, take the sleep, right? And that's definitely going to be a good thing. It's almost 11 o'clock. I'm usually done with my readings. Like, if I'm done at 7, I'm late. So, again, I am taking this advice as well. I am just taking my time. I'm not forcing myself to, rush things out right now. I'm not forcing myself to, get all this work done and all this other stuff. The problem is that we're feeling a lot of external pressure, right? And so I've been feeling a lot of pressure, but I've been telling myself it's just external pressure. I don't have to listen to it. I can take my time, not rush. I can rest when I need rest, and things will get done when they need to get done. And I think that would be a good attitude for you to have, Sagittarius, because it removes the pressure. It makes you feel more calm and relaxed, and you'll get things done, and it doesn't matter, right? And also, again, the thing about efficiency is we also have to be effective. Like, we have to do our job well. So if I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, maybe I would have been too tired and my readings wouldn't have been as good, right? So I don't know, but maybe. So, again, I think that sometimes it's better to just kind of like take these moments when we have heavy astrology to just take your time. And that's what that card is saying. Next, in the area of the past, this is the energy you're moving past. You have this Believe in Yourself card, which seems to be a common theme for fire signs, that you really need to work on your inner belief system and the words that you say to yourself, the story you tell about yourself. So believing in yourself is good. You have this Eagle spirit. It says spirit has your back. So you are being protected at this time, and I think you need to believe that as well. You have the Tower in your past, which is good. If we're going to have the Tower, we definitely want to have it in the past. I feel that Sag has had many Tower moments in the past, and you could be kind of rebuilding after all these Tower moments. The other thing about having the Tower in the past is you could finally be seeing like why, or you could finally be understanding the lesson of the Tower and like why it had to happen in the first place. So I also kind of feel that energy a little bit for you here with the Tower as well. The thing about the Tower is we always rebuild the Tower back stronger after the Tower. So, a lot of you, this coming up in the past could say that you are rebuilding the Tower. Next, in the area of the very near future, you have this Intuition card. Yes, you have this New Moon card. It says beginnings on it as well. And there's clearly a new beginning because you have the Ace of Wands. You have the Death card also in this position. And these are cards of having a new beginning. So I think that there could be a new beginning coming in. It's a very intuitive time. Every single person has had a card of intuition in this set of readings. And, again, we have a crap ton of energy in Pisces. That Pisces energy really wants us to tap into our intuition and listen to our intuition. Also in the very near future, you have the Death card. Again, the Death card can definitely represent a new beginning. It can say that something is going away in your life and you're having just a new beginning. The thing about the Death card is we have these two pillars from the moon right here, and between those two pillars the sun is rising between those two pillars, and it kind of suggests that we're leaving a moon period or a period of confusion and we're stepping into a sun period, which is a period of more clarity. And it's, again, it's not saying things are perfect, but, maybe you have a better understanding of the direction that you're going in your life or like what you want to do with your life. It wouldn't surprise me if some of you have started new projects, like creative projects, YouTube channels, things like that. I think it would be a great time for you to start something like that. Next, in your outcome row, you have the Scorpio card. Says the Underworld. It says awaken your inner witch to maximize your potential and connect to the universal energies. Yeah, a lot of spiritual stuff going on here. Again, there's a lot of logic with that King of Swords, but I think that, mixing the intuition into that would be good. You have the Scarab spirit. It says what appears unusable may still have great value if you look deeper. Yeah, there's like a lot of this going on as well. This type of energy of like using something or, kind of like getting benefits from work that you've already done. We have these two eclipses. We also have the two retrogrades. I think it's an amazing time to like look at work you've already done and like say to yourself, how can I reuse this work? How can I get more out of this work? How can I do more with it, right? And so a lot of you, could be thinking about that at this time. In the area of the next few months, you have the Three of Wands, really good card. Three of Wands would say that your ships are coming in over the next few months. Three of Wands is also a card of taking the lead, and it's also a card of expansion. So a lot of you really could be growing. We see a lot of growth in the reading. I mean, Ace of Wands, Empress, these are both cards of growth. So I feel a lot of you could be growing something that is a new beginning right now. Now, we do have a lot of retrogrades. People always ask me, like, is it okay to start things during retrogrades? Most astrologers say no. I always say yes, because number one, there are so many things I've started during retrogrades that I still do. years ago. So, and nothing changed. You know what I mean? It's like I started it and I still do it the same way, and things are still going great in those things. So it's like not always true that we shouldn't start something. On top of that, like I said, if you are reusing something, if you are redoing something, anything, right? The RE words with retrogrades, it is perfectly fine for you to start something that you have already started in the past, like if you are redoing, right? So again, that could also go into this Three of Wands. And if you're revitalizing an old project or an old idea, you could be doing it in a new way, but it's perfectly acceptable to do that during a retrograde. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the High Priestess. High Priestess is a little bit isolated. There is a theory that the High Priestess has her back to the world. And we don't know, but, just a theory. And, the theory is that she has her back to the world so that she can listen to her intuition. So some of you during the time of the eclipse might actually feel more isolated, or you might be putting yourself in isolation so that you can listen to your intuition. And again, I don't really feel that's a bad thing either. Sometimes we have to. Sometimes we have to do that in life. If the people in our life are making too much noise and we can't focus because of that, then putting ourselves in isolation can be the thing that brings the clarity. So again, that might be a good exercise for you. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the King of Wands, like feeling like yourself, right? I just feel like this is you showing up in the reading. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I feel pretty good about this. I feel like you're just kind of feeling like yourself. You have the World as well coming up here as your outcome. The World is an amazing outcome. The World is an accomplishment or an achievement. So you could feel like you're more accomplished or like you're achieving more. Now, eclipse energy can last for up to 6 months after the eclipse. So, again, this could be something that you're achieving over a period of time. Like you're just starting it now during the eclipse, and over time, you're going to reach the accomplishment. I do also feel some of you could be thinking about moving. The Tower can sometimes just represent a move. And you have the World and the Three of Wands, which also are moving cards. And even the Death card could just be a change in location. So if you're thinking about moving, I do feel it would be a good move. I don't think all of you are moving, but some of you might be thinking about moving. And if you are, I think it would be a good move, like I said. So let's see where this is going. With the King of Swords and the Ace of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is logic. It is the truth. It is getting to the truth as well. So a lot of you could be kind of thinking of things intuitively, which is fine and great during this time. And you could be mixing in a little bit of logic into the thoughts that you're having, the intuitive thoughts, right? You could intuitively have a dream. You could say to yourself, like, I want to build a rocket company that competes with Elon, which sounds impossible, but you could be bringing a little bit of logic into that and saying, like, I need to break it down to a small part so I can get started. And, that's kind of what I feel here. The Ace of Swords is also a victory, so there could be like a big victory, especially with the World as well. Yeah, with the Empress, you have the Four of Swords. I was kind of, thinking that the Four of Swords would come up again in this reading because it just seemed like, again, the Empress doesn't have to struggle. I think that's the important part with the Empress, is that she's not like forcing something to happen. She is very easily doing something. Now, that again, I need to spell this out for some people that, that does not mean your life is going to be easy. What it means is you still might have to do hard work to get something to work, but, are you doing it in the most efficient way possible? Four of Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. He's also hoping and praying for blessings. So, a lot coming up in the area of your thoughts. A lot of you could be thinking or, dreaming of blessings that you would like to have in your life. Going down to the Three of Wands would say that you need to go and get them. But, Three of Wands is about going somewhere you've never been before. He has to get on those boats and adventure into the unknown to get what he wants. So a lot of you could be dreaming of that. With the Four of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles. This is energy, right? The Six of Pentacles is like equal give and take. But with the Four of Swords, this is you like balancing your energy. He has a balance that he's holding on to right here, just like on the Justice card. I feel that maybe this eclipse is a little bit of a rebalancing time for you, Sagittarius, where you're kind of like balancing out your energy. You're taking more time for yourself. Again, Four of Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. So take as much time as you need during the eclipse to heal. With the Tower, you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is confusion. You could have had a Tower moment in the past because of confusion, or, being confused about what to do next in your life, or where to go next in your life, or where your life is going in the first place. So Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice and having a lot of options, but the Seven of Cups can lead to a Tower moment. So again, you could be healing or moving past that Tower moment. With the Death card, you have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, a lot of people are probably trying things again right now. Again, with the two retrogrades, we can try again. You could be redoing something that didn't work out well for you in the past, and it really wouldn't surprise me. Now, the trick with the retrogrades is to reinvent how you are doing it. So, like, if you try to have a business in the past, maybe you did it one way. During the retrograde, you could try another way, or try a different technique or a different way of doing things, and that's usually what makes it work the second time, right? And the Nine of Wands says, don't give up. So, don't give up on your dream, really. With the Three of Wands, you have the Page of Wands. I've been saying this to you for like 3 weeks at least, that it seems to me like Sagittarius is getting back to that like happy-go-lucky, adventurous type of energy. And I really like that for you, Sagittarius. Again, this is coming up in the area of the next few months. So it might take you a few months to get back to feeling like yourself again. But, you are the only sign that gets this message of like, getting back to yourself, getting back to your true nature. And when we really work with our energy and we live in our true nature, that's when we become successful. So a lot of you really, I just feel that like happy-go-lucky kind of, being willing to be spontaneous, being down to just go on an adventure type of energy here. With the High Priestess, you have the Five of Swords. Trust your intuition with people. There is, just based off the astrology, there are issues with people this month, not even just at the eclipse, but this month in general. And so some of you might be choosing to eliminate certain people in your life. You might be choosing to not spend as much time with certain people in your life. And I think that would be a good thing for you, especially if these people are energy vampires, or if they're stealing your energy, or, stealing your ideas or whatever. Yes, with the King of Wands, yourself, the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is spontaneous, adventurous. He is the card of, I look at him as the true builder in the tarot. So if he doesn't have something that he needs, he builds it, right? And a lot of you could be like rebuilding something, or, if there are obstacles to your goals, you could be building something to overcome the obstacle, and that would be a great thing for you as well. With the World card, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is about curiosity. We are in a time of curiosity because of Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto and Aquarius is innovative ideas. On a personal level, we have to innovate. The only way we can innovate is to be curious and to learn about what we're doing. And we have to follow our curiosity as well. We have, if we come up with a new way that we could run our business, or be in a relationship, or, spend time with friends, we need to explore those different ideas, and we have to be willing to be wrong as well. That's part of learning. Learning is just course correction. We learn something, we try it, we make a mistake, and then we come back to center, and we keep learning forward, and we keep iterating on success. And the Page of Swords really is a card of iterating on success. You make a mistake, instead of quitting, you keep going. Nine of Wands, you don't give up on what you're working towards, and then you take the next step, right? And with the World here, which is an accomplishment, there will be mistakes made, Sagittarius. And, I think the Page of Swords is encouraging you to not give up when you do make a mistake, because, it's basically saying you will learn as you go. You have this Broom card. It says new home, new attitude. We talked about moving. So if you're moving, definitely could be very good for you. Now, you don't actually have to move. I always say that, this card could say that sometimes just changing your environment can make you feel a lot better. I changed my environment here. I used to, for some reason, when I moved here, I was shooting against this wall over here, which was boring. This is much more exciting. I feel better reading in this position. So, again, sometimes we just have to move things around. And I think that would be good for you as well. You have this quill. It says, get back to basics. Yes, Empress. Empress just does what works, right? The get back to basics card says, don't come up with complex solutions to the things that you're working on. Just keep it simple, and the simple answer probably is the answer. I always say, as humans, we have complexity bias. We automatically think that the complex answer is the answer, but usually it's not. So I think keeping things simple is a good idea. You have this marriage card. So, if you're with a person, you could be marrying that person. If you want to get married, you could be meeting a person. And yes, we have Venus retrograde, but as I always say, I don't, if you're meant to be with a person, the universe isn't going to be like, oh, it's a retrograde, so I'm going to ruin this, right? If you're meant to be with a person, you're meant to be with them. And if you meet them in a retrograde, if you meet them in a thunderstorm, it doesn't matter, right? So this basically says you could be meeting someone you will marry. You have this clouds card. It says temporary problems. Yeah, if you are dealing, like I said it a minute ago, there will be issues. Page of Swords. I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm saying that to give you courage because you can easily overcome them. When you bump into an obstacle, you're just coming back to center. That's all you have to do is you bump into the obstacle, you make a mistake. All you have to do is say that was a mistake. Now I need to take the next step, right? And if you do that, you will be fine. You have this bridge card. It says successfully overcoming problems. I literally just said it. Knight of Wands. If Knight of Wands comes to a river, he's going to build a bridge to overcome the river. He is the builder. So you have the skills necessary. This should be giving you confidence is what I want to say, Sagittarius. So pretty good reading. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy the eclipse.